Italy contains the only active volcanoes in continental Europe. To be considered active, a volcano must have erupted within the last 10,000 years. Italy is located on the convergent plate boundary, where the African plate is subducting under the Eurasian plate. Most of Italy's volcanoes are located along this tectonic plate boundary. When discussing Italy's volcanoes, there are three that are very important: Mount Etna, Mount Vesuvius, and Mount Stromboli. Mount Etna is perhaps the most important.
It was the first volcano of the Big Three. It is the biggest and most active volcano in Europe. Known explosions from Mount Etna have carried ash all the way to Rome, 500 miles away. Its eruptions are typically basaltic in nature. It's classified as a shield volcano at its base and a stratovolcano rising from it. Volcanology began at the base of Mount Etna with the Greek philosopher Empedocles. Ancient Greeks believed that Zeus had trapped the monster Typhoon under the mountain and that its explosive nature was due to the monster's anger at being trapped.
The second volcano of the Big Three is Mount Vesuvius. It is one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world due to its explosive nature and its location. Approximately 3 million people live within the surrounding area. Its eruptions are explosive and acidic in nature. Mount Vesuvius is classified as a stratovolcano. Mount Vesuvius is also one of the most famous volcanoes in the world due to its 79 AD eruption that completely destroyed the Roman cities Pompeii and Herculaneum. The eruption was so enormous that ash reached a height of 21 miles high, with molten rock and pumice being ejected at a rate of 1.5 million tons per second. Altogether, this eruption released enough thermal energy to be 100,000 times stronger than the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. Mount Vesuvius is in a current state of dormancy, as it has not erupted since 1944. However, it is still under watch.
The final volcano is Mount Stromboli.
It is known as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean due to its bright, jet stream-like lava eruptions. Mount Stromboli is classified as a stratovolcano, but only contains mild eruptions, which are not as devastating as its fellow stratovolcano neighbors. The volcano created strombolian eruptions, which are relatively mild explosions consisting of cider, lapilli, and lava bombs. Mount Stromboli has a unique geologic feature of a horseshoe-shaped crater on the side of the volcano called the Sacara del Fuoco, or the Stream of Fire.
Because Italy is in a seismically active zone with volcanoes, there must be ways to mitigate the hazards of them. By educating the population about what to do during an eruption and ways to prepare for the inevitable occurrence of them, hazards can be avoided, as well as monitoring seismic activity, directly observing, measuring, and analyzing volcanic unrest, reconstructing eruptive and erosional history of volcanoes, studying effects of volcanic emissions, preparing hazard maps, and coordinating with local officials. By doing all of this, we can keep the citizens of Italy safe from future volcanic hazards.